Is stooting. Hello.
Announced it on IRC in usual fashion.
Right. Actually, some data is going over the stream now.
Yes.
Right. So, Mr.
What
Bond.
on earth is going on? I can't remember.
What on earth is going on? I can't. Right. So I'm going to go on crusade in 408 days. I should probably not go to war for those 108 days.
Preparing for the crusade is.
Well, I think basically that's unpause time. Let it go. Maybe do a little light vassal fettling. Although people are leaving the defensive pact against me. But I suspect no one very interesting. Ooh, yes.
One thing that occurred to me is that you possibly want to put your vassals in as commanders even if they're not very good, because crusaders like other crusaders. And so having your vassals like you because you're a crusader and they're crusaders will probably help. At least your major vassals. I think most of your major vassals are commanders anyway.
Well, one of the commanders. So I've got King Donald the Bold, random Prince of Swabia. Mostly my commanders are actually just good commanders, but it's fine. They're probably going to snuff it during the crusade, at which point I can maybe put some of my
like if the King of England doesn't have, I mean, the last crusade was fairly recently, but so some of them may already be crusaders, of course.
That's true. I could go and inspect my vassals a bit. So the Viceroy of Lotharingia.
Mostly the various viceroys and kings.
Problem is, they are a bit shit.
That's fine. They don't have to engage in any battles. They just have to lead an army somewhere in the crusade target, I think.
I suppose, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. He's trying to get better at martial.
Yay, but, like, he's an actual competent thing, and he is a marshal already.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's unyielding, and he's got, you know, so he's not completely hopeless. That's not the right button. I mean, just look at them, they're all...
Oh, but becoming crusaders will give them more martial points as well, as I recall. What does wave over the crusader and see what so, like, that's martial +2.
It's true. Which takes some of them out of terrible and into merely poor. He's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. King of Valencia.
Oh, good grief.
No!
Well, I mean, put him in charge of a small unit and don't hope he drops dead.
Because then we need to train a new one. I mean, I don't think...
Probably... Is Valencia one of the dodgy successions, anyway?
He's a viceroy.
Oh, right. Is he?
Oh, no, he's not.
Because you gained Valencia by...
It's true. No.
No, okay. Buchan... Yeah. So only some small places at least that you're in danger of losing.
Oh dear, another child.
Oh, they keep growing up.
Yes, oh good lord. How many grandchildren do I have anyway?
Good question.
Yeah, let's marry him off to Duchess of Tunisia. It's a laugh in it. Let's try and train him up in backstabbing. Not grant land title, Sign Guardian. Who the hell are you? Well, you're a brilliant strategist, but I think, alas, what I want is...
Good, diligent, level 20.
Yeah. Right. There we are. Steps.
So you might want to work out such things as where this crusade is for. And,
Yeah, what I'm firstly going to do is check that I've given out all my minor titles, which I think I have.
You don't currently have a high almoner.
I don't currently have, as you say, a high almoner. So I think my plan here is to check for... Hang on, let's actually sort you by technical strength, which is slightly more useful.
A revolt, so probably not very helpful anyway.
I can't give them a minor title, so yes. So, damn it. Keeper of Swans. You appear not to have a minor title. Let's give you a minor title. Right. That's very important. So this crusade then.
You could of course build another minor title.
Build another what?
Minor title.
I could, but I'm not going to get it in time because it's going to take more than 377 days to do. And also, once I've been on crusade, I might be able to afford it. So, all parts of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, held by Sultan Ramazan of the Seljuk Sultanate.
So,
and it starts in 377 days, which is just over 1 year. Good lord, he's Sultan of everywhere. Right, so, okay, let's zoom out of it so we can see his great tracts of land. They are very huge tracts. But
you're right in the middle.
I'm right in the middle, which
so
is
which of
hilarious.
your vassals is that, if any? So she's under Duke Demetrios of Wessex.
Wessex.
So it's part of the Kingdom of England, which is convenient because the Kingdom of England is big.
Big, yes.
So you can probably raise quite a decent.
I could probably
amount of
get
troops
quite a
there.
decent army there already, which would be great. Yes.
So where's the de jure Kingdom of
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem then? So the actual target is the bits of that are overlapping with.
Right, so let's.
So if you note the keys, then you can flip between them quickly.
Yes.
So W is, I think, realms, and there'll be something further along the keyboard for de jure Kingdom. So
W and
you
O.
bounce on W and O, and thus see what the. So yes, there's those three counties at the north end, and that's Lodge, Transjordania, or something.
Yeah,
like
those bits.
Yes.
So we've got them. But I think what I can sensibly do is, I don't know that I can necessarily get there because it's quite a long way to walk,
Yes.
but I can probably besiege something around here
Yes.
and get myself lots of nice war score.
So I don't think that gets you the Crusader trait, but
Oh,
you may
yeah.
have to accept that that's not going to be practical. I'll just check. I can't remember why I have this.
Well, I mean, I can just walk there. I mean, that can get me there quicker than most people. And I can, of course, apart from the Holy Roman Empire, who are also nearby. Unfortunately, I don't think I can raise any fleets from there.
Because it's landlocked.
Because it's landlocked. It's so close! Because then I could just sail around here.
But on the other hand, yes. I don't know.
I don't know. I think walking there is not going to be a terrible thing. So I think
mean, of course, all of your other vassals, you'll be
I will be shipping.
raising the troops from less convenient locations anyway.
It's true.
Christians who arrive in the target kingdom can gain the Crusader trait.
Right.
By swapping army commanders, you can ensure that your direct vassals and heirs gain the trait as well. So I think that means they actually have to reach Jerusalem, not just the Seljuk Sultanate. On the other hand, if you're bringing people in by ship, those can be used primarily to get the trait.
Yes.
And for them, it doesn't. Then it matters less that they're terrible commanders because.
Yes, that's a good thing. What I can do, of course, is go and check my current commander list and see which ones are Crusaders. So Donald is not currently a Crusader. Yes, he is.
Oh yes, he is. Sorry.
So, Lazaros Basiliskos is not currently. Why the hell are you a commander?
May have been the best you could find at the time.
It's possible. Right, so Kuno's. So basically, I'm seeing if I can find like at least 3 commanders that are already Crusaders. Then I can put them besieging something up here for war score. While I shuffle everyone else around. So Paris is not. Adone is not. Roman Ivanovic is not. Gottschalk of Swabia is not. He's probably not a Crusader.
Despite his name, he's a Christian.
It's true. But he's not a Crusader. Okay, so only Kuno is. But if I'm just besieging, I can leave Kuno up here besieging something and then swap the commander. And Lazaros is a good candidate to swap out. Oh, Donald I should probably keep in. Sweeney of the Scottish Revolt's War on Measles in Dorset. Okay, now everyone's joining the defensive pact again. That probably means that my troop numbers have recovered. Okay, I think we just let time tick to let my ludicrous vassal levies there wind down a bit. Check, we really don't have any vassal levies raised. Okay. So you're currently broadly in favour of me. Good, right, whatever. I've had a thought. I've got enough money to maybe see if I can, is there anything cheap I can build in Middlesex? So I can build some stables. Everything there's a bit expensive. I can build a keep. Some training grounds. Fulham. Well, I think we can probably do with some more city walls. Let's check. Let's think about this. Well, let's go for the obvious no-brainer of upgrading Staines some more. Everyone's joining the defensive pact. On the plus side, this probably means I have lots of troops which I can then send to the Crusade in a mere 139 days. Ooh, yes, my levies have recovered quite a lot. That's nice. I'd probably almost take on the Holy Roman Empire if only I didn't have a peace treaty with them.
You don't.
Oh, no, I don't. Okay.
Would you like the button on this one?
Actually, I don't blame them. Well, I could try and find the let's idly find the known plots.
I think the question is, do I want them to kill Brock?
No, because he's actually quite good. I think there should be a kettle.
The grey screwdriver that was on the floor over there earlier, still on the floor over there earlier.
No, I've moved it. I think.
Anyway, convenient.
This is not very helpful. I don't think I've moved it very far.
I might try fixing this little wonky foot.
Where I put it?
It's underneath the stuff there, and that's where it was before, just underneath everything else. Is it under the bin?
Is
Pretty
it
much,
underneath my lesser fold?
Wouldn't have thought so. It was by the bin thought, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I've run out of ideas now.
You're not an idea for effect.
Oh yeah.
Fine, I can go upstairs and use mine. I think it's being lazy.
Oh dear, something's happened to my spy master.
You found someone trying to kill Otter.
Yeah, well, he's a grown-up. He can work it out for himself.
He's currently your steward. He's quite valuable. I mean, he'll inherit stains, which is slightly unfortunate. But
It's over here on the dining table.
okay, I have no idea.
Right.
I don't think you've actually sent him to do anything.
Yes, I have.
Okay, yes, you have.
Because otherwise, oh, my wife's pregnant. Is she a genius?
Yes.
Yes. That was. I think that was my primary qualification for her, wasn't
Yes.
it? Must be genius.
I mean, the slight problem is your elder children are not quite hers, but
Yes. Well, that's because I got betrothed
Hubert de
when.
Normandy has not. That's not you, Hubert de Normandy.
That's my grandson.
That's your grandson, Hubert de Normandy.
I mean, I'm 56. My grandson is 19. Good lord, I mean,
And he's a 19-year-old genius with measles.
that's true. Yes. Good lord, I must have had him at the first. My oh no, that's my son-in-law. That's his wife. 39. I must have had her at practically the first available moment. Well, let's try. Oh dear. Well, that's given me a spare commander.
You do appear to have an idle council member. So.
No. No question mark.
Oh no, that's an empty minor title.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm an idiot.
Yes. That's fine. I have a plan, which is I'm going to appoint the King of England as a commander, because although he's hopeless, I can cheer him up by making him a crusader
And then he'll become better.
in about any second now. Well, hopefully. Right. I'm not about to go on crusade. I can afford to be impious.
So you've got 5,000 piety.
I also have 5,000 piety. I don't quite know how I've been that pious.
You went on the previous crusade.
Oh yeah. And I have a steady ticking amount of piety that's accumulating nicely. Do I have enough to invest in anything good before I go on crusade?
No.
No, because I'm going on crusade. No. Right, crusade for Jerusalem begins. Right, let's zoom in a bit so I can actually see what I've got. Well, you're an army, aren't you?
There's a convenient army next door.
There is a convenient army next door. I think
Who knows the person you do want in charge of this army?
Right, off we go. So that's the easy bit done. Now.
All of your vassals are joining in.
Right, so
And your vassals' vassals.
let's raise some Wales. So that's Wales raised. Let's bung them on the ship. Let us bung the ship in the general direction of Jerusalem. What have we got up here? Nothing in Karelia, thank God.
Well,
No, hang
Kent
on.
and Pomeroy are yours, but
Yes, but
it's hardly worth raising troops
it's
there.
there. Yes, it's
You
not.
won't get very much from either of those.
To Denmark. Let's also raise some fleets. Let's stick the vassals on the fleets. And off you go to near Jerusalem. Right, so we've done.
Already raised England.
So what have we got left? We have Valentia.
What little of it there is.
What
Yes,
little of it
that's
there
all
is.
That's
Let's
not bad.
at least raise it near the sea. Because again, nice, you know, they don't have quite so far to run. Scotland.
Is your other major vassal?
What was that?
Scotland is your other major vassal.
No, there's Lotharingia as well.
Oh yes, Lotharingia.
Who are coastal. Insufficient.
Oh right, is not what? There are really too few ships there.
There's 16.
16. Oh, what a nuisance.
Oh well, that's fine. Get rid of that lot. Right, Scotland.
That's the Scottish Revolt, which I presume you can't raise, which is notably more than half of Scotland.
Well, let's see.
Oh.
Oh.
Excellent. Okay. I suppose they accept your supremacy.
Yes. They're
even
not
if they
arguing
don't
about
think
that. That the King of Scotland should be the one that's their direct, that's their direct liege.
Yeah. Or whatever. Yes.
And I don't know that it's worth. Well, let's go and look at the military tab. So I've raised the Scottish Revolt. Cumbria, it's probably. Let's sort by total strength.
Other direction. Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Or is that the right direction? Yeah, maybe that's the right direction.
It might be the wrong direction, but
I don't quite understand what that sorting is doing.
then I can't raise any more of those.
Yeah, I don't know what those numbers are doing either.
Oh no, apparently I can.
Okay, well, where did they pop up then? I wonder.
I have no idea. Let's go find out.
In the northern bit of Scotland, maybe there are two Scottish Revolts.
In the other Scottish Revolt. Right. Well, okay. Let's bung you on a ship and ship you off to. Right. I think that's everyone going in roughly the right direction.
Might want to slow time a bit.
Oh yeah, good point. Let's. Oh dear. More measles. So it looks like they're
one of your
buggering
fleets
off.
has got to its destination, apparently.
Oh yes, that's that one. Let's glue you lot together. Bung you on a ship. And hurl you in the general direction of Jerusalem. Right, brilliant. So it looks like they're buggering off, but that's fine. I can jolly good.
Yes, an entire lump of the Byzantine Empire has just gone.
Bashirid, yes. Well, that's exciting. Didn't expect that to happen. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition Act. As I say, they're running away, but that's fine. I'll just go and, make life miserable in some Turkish province.
Might be worth just going for a coastal one. I mean, your movement block now, so
What?
it's not worth that.
Well, I am going to this one, which is coastal.
Isn't there a line between that and the coast?
Maybe. Oh dear. Commander. Okay, that's not technically coastal. Should I stay here or not?
Oh no. I mean, it was merely that. Well, if you have a coastal province, then you can get. Then you have somewhere to bring ships in if you want to.
Yeah, but I don't
you will.
want to bring ships in there because it's a stupid place to bring the ships into.
If you want to get those 10,000 troops off, it's the place to do it.
That's true. Well, I can meander gently towards the coast. Yeah, I'm fine with medium crown authority. Oh, what am I besieging anyway? Wow. Let's attempt an assault. Right, we have 42 galleys, 1,200 people. Let's go to Jerusalem, people. Right, we have victory. Let's walk into that province. I don't have quite enough fleet. Good lord. My grandson. Right. We are really running out of people here. Yeah, okay, you're a fair enough guardian. I don't care, I'm busy. Yes. Right, okay, so we are having okay. Right, so we're in Beirut, we don't have enough people to do anything, but at least we're sitting there looking pretty. We just have to sit there and wait. That's fine. Aha, I have.
That's an allied fleet.
That's an allied fleet, it's not one of mine. Where are all my other ships anyway? Oh, they're making it slowly. It's just quite a long way. So, okay, so they've made it into that bit of Jerusalem. So a bunch of mates have come to sit with me there. Because Jerusalem itself, of course, is still still Christian kingdom, part of the Holy Roman Empire, which is mildly hilarious.
I don't think it is part of the Holy Roman Empire. I think it just uses the same colour.
No, it's Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had a Zuri for a while.
I think they did almost something's gone weird with the batteries. They've changed colour.
No, they've always been that brown.
Oh, I thought they were paler.
No.
Or maybe it was the Byzantine revolt turning up.
Possibly. Right, you not get over there. Doof, doof, doof. Yes, then I can glue those two fleets together, send them over there to hopefully, maybe by then, dock at a port. And, or indeed send that fleet of 165 over there, which it looks will be ready pretty quickly. So, glue. Right, let us put in. What was that?
Nothing. Don't mind.
Glue. And let's send you over there. So, right, charitable, definitely better. So, to disembark. think those are already moving, aren't they? Oh, I don't know.
You can use the select unit button in the message telling you they've arrived to select the unit that's just arrived.
That one.
I
Go
think
over
they're
there.
guessing that way.
Right. There we go.
Other ones arrived.
Glue.
So I think you may have gained, they may have got their Crusader traits now.
Yes. So let's find
Not the army, you
that.
click on flag.
flag to get the army. So
You've already a Crusader.
yeah.
Or you deliberately
Oh no, sorry, hang on. I
didn't
want
make this
Petrus.
Crusader.
Let's put Petrislav in the centre, and I'm going to leave myself leading in the flank because it is a good thing to be a pirate king.
I think you may have
Yeah, I'm just going to.
So is the thing you're besieging in Beirut unassaultable? Because you've got quite a lot of people in there. You selected like okay, yes, you haven't got that large an over
No.
supply, unless someone else decides to stop there.
Oh, hang on, I think I can apply more army glue.
You are suffering fairly bad attrition.
Yes, so I'm thinking I am going to assault anyway, even though it's a bit scary, because that will reduce the attrition somewhat. There we are, look, we're now within the...
Yes, that is one way to get inside the attrition limit, and it does buy you quite a lot of war score in the process.
yeah. Let's just check that my crusade beneficiary. Yes, she's my daughter. I have legitimised her. I did want to check that.
That's the northern one, which you may thus be able to start thinking about assaulting the next thing there, because it might not be quite so terrifying.
Yes, which indeed is not quite so terrifying. That's nice. Let's build the thing. It could be a kettle, perhaps. Yeah, you know, we're just besieging things at the moment.
You're mostly assaulting things, to be fair.
Well, yes, but you know. Vassal Fettle Cumbria later. many places are there in this district? Anyway.
Lots, and they're all soft. Great.
Right, so you. No, you. Get army. Go over here. Right. Oh, well, we might as well assault Beirut. Let's unpause so we can actually assault Beirut. And Cave de Tiron. And let's march you into there. So, yeah.
All of your existing commanders now. Crusaders, looks like it.
Oh, got Schalkers, I think. Right. Anyway, so.
Yes, dealing with getting your heirs in next would probably be good. So Ottor is not quite your heir, but yes, Brock should definitely become. Hang on, is Brock really? Oh, because he's not in your realm.
Yeah.
You can't actually appoint him as a commander, which is a great pity.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let's do the next best thing and
Well, you could do Otter at least, though not that matters very much. Or actually, is Brock's heir?
well,
Is that-
who's Brock's at? That's a very good question.
He's
Yeah.
only 5 years old.
Yes.
That's curious. Well, haven't you got some grandsons that are like 19?
Yes, but presumably they're from other people. Right. Anyway, I'm going to.
Oh yes, of course. Didn't you start off having daughters and that kind of thing? Anyway.
Yes, I did.
Can I have some of these refugees, please?
Hello, I'm reading my message. How come we're not leader of the siege there? Ah, honestly. I mean, I've directed the army there, so I'm slightly confused by the idea that I'm not the leader of the siege. Could I have some fruit Mentos, please? Thank you. Right, so where is my fleet? Look, we found some troops.
Yes,
We won. And I'm still not. Oh, apparently now I am leading the siege. Brilliant. So we're not leading the siege there. I think the French have been naming these places, you know. I think all of my commanders are now crusaders.
You're suffering attrition in the other siege. I don't know if it's...
Well, that's not my problem.
Well, it is your problem in that it's your troops who are dying.
Yeah, well...
Like I say, we're dying at a significant rate, like they're here to here.
Well, that's fine. I'm busy building siege weapons, so I can besiege things. We won the crusade! Hooray!
Emperor Hubert, God has granted Emperor Hubert of England victory, but curiously, Emperor Hubert has granted the new lands of Jerusalem to Terawalk Zagwe.
Okay.
Not
to
the person you previously nominated.
Yes.
Unless he's her husband or some such. But
no.
But actually the existing King of Jerusalem, which is a kind of sensible thing to do.
Mm. Right, well...
You could just all slog over land to
or
your holdings.
I think it's
yes.
quicker just to...
Or you could dive into the sea.
No, that's not what we want to do together. Right, dive into the sea.
You've got
two nails of the true cross.
But you can't own more than one nail of the true cross at a time. I'm sure it has more than one. Yes, I mean,
yeah.
Not like the excess of skulls of St John the Baptist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody's got spare skulls, it's it.
Right.
What on earth view are you in at the moment?
Hmm?
Oh, you're in diplomatic relations view?
Yeah, I accidentally clicked something. Right.
I mean, it's quite a useful view for some purposes.
It's true. So, now, flush with money,
Yes.
and not having been to war with anyone other than the Pope-approved whatnots for a while,
Are those two actually equivalent?
yes. But, you know, I'm Anglo-Saxon now, you know.
So, hence getting a battle axe.
Yeah.
And your previously existing nail of the true cross from the previous crusade.
And I've got a weeping statue. Isn't that nice?
Oh, extra monthly prestige. As long as you remain
And more
Christian.
tax.
Yes. Okay. Military tab and check that you have actually dismissed everyone.
Yep. Right. So, flush with the proceeds from our latest crusade. Let's get busy building things. So, obviously we should build the custodian of the lighthouse. Well, let's build a keep in Westminster. Let's build Castle Town in Staines. Let's barely put a dent in my finances.
You could reclaim the Kingdom of England, but it doesn't actually seem to be going too badly, leaving it
Yeah,
popular.
I mean, I want to keep this in reserve and next time I have a troublesome King of England. But currently so right.
Defensive pact.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a serious defensive pact.
Yeah, I bet he is landed. Not part of defensive pact. Tribal Russian. So Novgorod is a potentially good thing to go for. I think it's the only thing to go for, really.
It's certainly the biggest thing you have a landed claimant for.
Yes. Basically, otherwise I now have to get my Chancellor to go off and...
Yes. Oh yes. Oh no. You might also have some little de jure claims.
Or some strong claims on
Yeah.
kingdoms, because I don't want to tell you about that for some reason. For people. Right, so...
Claire, your paint's on the squirrel. I'll put that there as well. Oh, there we are.
Not already.
There it is.
Ah, I'm in a non-aggression pact with them. Oh well.
Embarrassing.
Right, let's just go and check that. Is there anyone...
Kings that, although you need to go up a level.
Might have a treaty against her.
Right those things.
Oh, she's in the defensive pact anyway. go check Aquitaine, which is also part of the Defensive Pact. So, is there anywhere that is not?
Well, I mean, it may be worth checking the HRE, but the HRE probably also.
Don't I currently have a truce with them?
No. Check that before.
Oh yeah, good point, well stated. So, where's the
That
home?
enormous great thing we did wings in the middle of England.
Oh yeah. Not part of the Defensive Pact against me. About as scary as me, or a bit
But
scary.
with zero money.
But with basically no money. Do we have any claims? We
You
have.
still have a claim on the Duchy of
I should
Saxony.
still have a claim on the Duchy of Saxony. I have a claim on like the Duchy of Holland, but not for anyone landed. I have a claim on Praz, the Viceroy of Lithuania. Saxony.
I mean, our last attempt at gaining Saxony went very badly, but it might be nice to fix that.
I can claim Smoland, but that's only. No, that is a duchy.
There's an entire kingdom. Oh, is that Swabia? Is that? That's an unlanded thing. Right.
Yeah, and I don't have any land currently.
Yeah.
I might be able to fix that. I've got a couple of de jure claims, but I should leave those too. Right, let's try and take over Saxony only this
So
time.
yeah, I mean, I think the obvious ones are Saxony or Smaland.
Yeah, let's go for Saxony. It's more fun.
It's a different shape from last time.
Yeah. Right, so
The failure last time, well, apart from the problem was we took too long over occupying it, and so they got a phenomenal amount of war score from it not
Yep.
being occupied.
that's fine. I have
And,
learnt from this.
I think Valencia has land right next to Lithuania.
Oh yeah, so it does. For 3 people. That's Scotland, that's Scottish Revolt.
There's not much of
That's
Scotland
Scotland.
left. There might be extra Scottish revolts, of course. I think at the very north tip of Scotland is a separate Scottish revolt.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Oh, okay. Yes. In that case, maybe Wessex is a separate Scottish revolt, because there's another coat of arms in Wessex.
Oh. No.
Okay.
Raise my personal vassals. Since they'll appear nearby, oh, we might as well hire some mercenaries, mightn't we? So, let's zoom in a bit. Why did I do that? That was actually really stupid. Never mind. I just realised that what I should have done is hired mercenaries at the point when,
You had enough ships to transport them.
well, more to the point when I
I think you're currently officially over Oxford. You may want to zoom in so you can see the land.
I had zoomed in so I could see the land. Right. Let's just perform a little swap with those thingies. Let's zoom out. Doof. Okay.
You just very close to that fleet in the wrong place.
Fine. Right. Okay, right, you're fine. I have no objections to you guys being in charge. So, do I just take you straight into Ulick to annoy you? No, I go to... Well, let's gang you both up over there. Let's also gang you up over there. So hang on, we raise the Spanish lot up there. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay, so I think everything is in motion towards the thing where I want it to be in motion towards. You
might want to get that 1920... Oh dear. You might want to do something about that 1929 army, because I think it may be going to get into trouble.
Yes.
Because they've just raised 4,000 troops.
Yes. Let's redirect you over there. Right, I think that is not unreasonable. So, glue you together. Bung on boat. Take you into this port. You get on boat. Bung into that port. Hey, I haven't managed to fettle you from last time. Stit. Well, I'm running away as fast as I can. I've got someone reasonable in charge.
As soon as you're in a position to where you actually do outnumber a conveniently nearby army, and I think there might be some there, it's probably worth zooming in to see the boundaries.
So you're going to cleave, which is there. I think I can just walk you in there. Right, you are an army of 10,000, which you're going to Luxembourg. Where the hell is Luxembourg?
Southwest.
There's Luxembourg.
They're going to try to hit your...
Yes. So, you're a tiny bit hopeless. Right, you, however, are not a tiny bit hopeless. You're a siege leader, and let's put you in there. Right, let's walk you. Not you. You're going there. Right. You lot. Going to Luxembourg.
Your northeastern army has just got some interesting neighbours.
So it has. That's fine. I think I will take them out of there and over here in the hope that something interesting will happen.
The one that was going to Cleaver has stopped, but unfortunately I've left it too late to say that. You've got another army which can now march into the other county. If you, oh, right, they're on the move again.
So they're going to Holland, so they're going that way.
Careful, there is another incoming army from the west there. Oh, it's one of Jordan's not incoming.
Yes.
I think there's a danger you're going to win that battle in Luxembourg.
There is,
because
isn't
they sent their freshly raised troops across the border. We know not to do
that. It's true, it's true, it's true. Right, pause. So somewhere in there I have a large army, which instead I should be marching that away. Actually, let's march you that away. Right. Glue you lot together. Right, yes, that's fine. So what's happening over there? You do have someone. Oh, we don't have anyone in charge of that. That's not going to leave that dangerously exposed. It's not. Good. So I think I send you over there so I can start to join people up into sensibly sized armies.
Sensibly sized hamsters.
So on. Okay. Glue. Centre pad wall. Right. You've got. Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I think the Amsterdam is not actually a useful place for people to be in the long term because, or the medium term, because it's not actually part of the disputed territory. Amsterdam untamed. On the other hand, you are currently busy killing armies there.
Yes, I'm not trying to get there because I think it's a strategically fantastic place to be.
So,
I'm just going to wait long enough to get those bits of army together and march them somewhere. Right. Glue. Off we go there. Let's check. We have someone in charge of that. Yes, good. Right. So, somewhere there is an army of 4,000. I don't know where it is.
8,000.
Oh, it's down there. Right, fine.
Just gone out of sight into
Yeah.
the depths of the Holy Roman Empire.
Well, the thing is, I now have enough armies here that I can.
You might want to bring that Danish army back again now.
Well, yes. I can probably dismiss my fleets, can't I? At least temporarily. I can always raise fleets again if I have to e.g. go and fight in London. Let's just check I don't already have a ballet. Hang on. Weasel, Ermine, Tor. Oh, I do have a ballet. Right. It's a perfectly good Anglo-Saxon name that's just not attested anywhere. What's your point?
England and Scotland sorting out their border.
What, failing to
Well,
again?
holding in Middlesex is under siege.
Good. So,
Kind of been
what
trying
do
to say, yes, that's nice, but it's better to
yes, I think my
to
yes. Well, I think my
territory.
policy here is going to be
this army is presumably mostly mercenaries as well.
yes. So basically, I'm quite happy to kill this army a bit, march them into Denmark, put them on some ships, shove them over to Essex. is my master plan here, and leave 3 armies here besieging lots of Saxony. Because you do lose quite a lot of war score for having people besiege your capital. And, yes. Oh, I wonder what you're doing. That will fit that lot on, no trouble. Just zip you across the channel. Bung you on a ship. Oh good, and this one's even just about enough to besiege somewhere. Even it's part of the disputed territory and everything. Wow. What the hell is happening in the Grand Republic of Cumbria?
They only elect a new Grand Duke when the previous one dies.
Yeah, but they're suffering from a terrible outbreak of death. You're suffering from a terrible outbreak of death. Okay, we're just out of supplies. Okay, well, eventually someone will win a thing, and then we can, right, get on ship. Ship to Suffolk. Okay, let's ship to Norfolk. Since you're persisting in believing that there is no Suffolk coast on the Wash. It's a bit much to assault. That's definitely a bit much to assault. Göttingen. Here. So, okay, let's. Okay, so let's give you 3 commanders. Hubert is my absolute bestest commander in the whole world ever. Kuno is very nearly my bestest commander. Pereslev should stay being a siege, and we should have you on the flank. Right, I think now we can march you into Middlesex, and by the time you get there, you will be fine. Let's just check that I do have a commander at least on every. Right, I do. Brilliant, and that's made that one happier because we won a siege, and so we're not quite so out of supply. Be next door to somewhere that has. It has appropriate happiness, appropriate commanders.
It won't get a
Advantage from crossing the river because we're not trying to come from south of the river. It's vitally important not to come to London from south of the river.
The Holy Roman Empire apparently couldn't spare any commanders at all.
Oh, well. What I can be doing is
You're allowed to zoom in.
I will have to zoom in. I don't like zooming in because I can't see anything.
You can see your lighthouse.
Oh wow, yeah, you can see my lighthouse. You can even see it in this view. Just about. Right, anyway, so how's my battle going? My battle is going just fine. Oh, you're trying to besiege that place back, are you? Well. I think a 4-to-1 advantage in arms is sufficient. I might have to chase that Holy Roman Empire army around a bit so that I don't have a chance to, well, it doesn't have a chance to. So it's probably going to flee to Ireland, so we should probably follow it. otherwise it's a bit too big because it'll just come back and start besieging again. So we need to cut it down to size while we besiege everywhere else. So we've got Göttingen, nearly got Bielefeld, and Groningen is going just fine. One of my SKA mates lives in Groningen. Ian can laugh at my terrible, terrible Dutch pronunciation.
Better than any of the rest of us can manage.
It's true. I mean, I can pronounce Dutch better than most of my SK colleagues that aren't actually Dutch. And almost as well as the South Africans. Or rather, they're differently wrong from how I'm wrong.
One of your armies is bored.
One of my armies has become bored. Let's send them into the next county. Okay, there's an East Anglian revolt, fair enough. So let's send you like that. So that's just going to take approximately 1 million years because I don't actually have that many people there. Magdeburg should be okay though. Yeah. Well, it's far too far east in Germany for me to have ever been there. Right, so where are you going? You're going to Meath. Let's zoom in a bit so I can actually see where they're going, other than away.
Have you got an organiser to stick in there?
No. My organiser died in a freak incident. Holding Meath was under siege. Where are they going? They're going to Argyle. Okay, movement not to get there. So I think best plan here is to maybe do something like that. Let's just check that nothing untoward is happening over here. Not much. I just briefly misread Princess Faisler as Princess of Wales, which was a bit confusing. So now we're on Meath. Let's go and try and kick them in Argyle.
We've actually decided to besiege one of your trade posts.
Which is bizarre. I mean, we've shown in tests that it's pointless. We're at 95% war state. Excellent.
Hello, this is almost battle going.
Oh, they've actually found some commanders from somewhere.
Belgium.
Well, possibly. I mean, I'm besieging half of it. Well, actually, I already have most of Belgium. It's more I'm besieging the Netherlands. Or the Duchy of Saxony, as it's also known. This is going to do nothing for my threat. I'm not going to be able to do anything in France or whatever until probably I snuff it, and if I'm lucky, I snuff it not in a war, so that in that brief moment my...
I think this game, the defensive pack didn't evaporate.
Yeah, I mean, that might be because I'm now not playing on wuss mode, but I have been in a lot of wars when I've been snuffing it, so it's been a bit hard to tell. Right, 100% war score. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, release. No. Release the peace otter.
Release the
peace
shiver.
otter.
As usual, you gain a slightly different piece of
Territory
Territory
from
from what you
anything
were
I was
expecting.
besieging. Right, you go over there. You go over there. No, you go there. It's nearby. You go there.
yes,
You
it's
can
substantially
be
less.
dismissed. It's still, I got like 5 counties, which is more than I could get, more
Yeah.
larger than anything else I could get. And I can dismiss you, and I can send you lot back over there. Right, so Mr. Bond.
You can pull him back
But-
out.
So
So Novgorod is a possibility, I suspect.
I've got a non-aggression pact with them.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. You married someone to them, didn't you?
So what have we got that's not completely daft that we can send a chancellor after, like Savonia? That was part of the defensive pact.
Anywhere will be. You've got, especially now you have holdings all over the place.
Yes. Does Tolandian exist? And it's part of the defensive pact. The King of Hungary is curiously not part of the defensive pact against me. Let's just check I don't have a case of spell. Good, right, I don't. So,
No, you cannot currently get. You can't get kingdom claims by fabrication.
yes, but I can stick him down there to try and take, you know, a duchy, for instance.
So what now are the territories of the Holy Roman sub-territories of the Holy Roman Empire in that area?
Hang on, let me send my spy master off to spy.
So there's a Byzantine revolt, just in case we happen to want to take on that, but that's rather inconveniently located.
Well, the problem is I've now got a truce for 10 years with
yes,
the...
it's true.
Oh, hang on, what I can do, of course, is military, is dismiss that lot straight away.
Oh yes.
Which will improve things a lot. What do you mean you're not in friendly territory? Oh, sorry, I misread my colours of pink. Okay, right, you are going to the correct colour of pink. You, however, have arrived in Nice and can be dismissed. Right. Everyone's joined the defensive pact for some reason. So let me...
It's mostly the Duchy of Köln now.
Yeah.
The kind of gap that you were expecting would be part of Saxony.
There's papacy and there's Frankfurt down there.
I think pay-per-view is the more usual phrase.
Thank you. There's Swabia, which I might have a claim on, but obviously not for the next 10 years, because of course I'll have a truce with them, having won a war.
Carman the Usurper, is he the chap who's just taken Saxony? Right, so what's going on there? So is his current dynastic heir the heir to is heir to the Duchy of Saxony,
But
he
is
is also currently
currently
Duke
the
of Köln.
Köln.
Right. So that's
Just
slightly unfortunate.
I do have Barony of Staines for a real emergency, but I don't really want to give it away.
I mean, eventually Otto will inherit it, and that will be unfortunate anyway.
Yes.
So, yes, ideally, he's working out some way for that not to happen.
Yes.
So one...
So hang on. One way, of course, we can... That's funny. Is we can say...
To make sure he gets
Let's arrange him a marriage.
yes, you want some eligible young lady, ideally, that you have control over. You don't have control over any eligible young ladies. Maybe you can recruit an eligible young lady to your court.
Yeah, let's arrange that by age.
Yeah, there's none of them that's adequately young.
Yes, no. Yes, because there is the present debutante.
Yes, I was just going to suggest using the character finder.
Yeah, which is cheaper. Right, search everywhere.
For once you actually want to set gender women.
Gender women. Right, so
Ideally you want a 16-year-old.
under 30.
Yeah, but like, and preferably like actually a worthwhile person as well as general principles. But he even wants to marry a ruler.
Yeah, let's. She looks reasonable. Let's invite her to court.
Propose that she marry him and see if he'll take her.
Yes.
Might not, of course.
It's true. Is there anywhere in the room that has not right you? Right, arrange marriage to...
You want to change the... I think these are currently only your courtiers. Can you change... No, right. Maybe you want to go do it
the other way
other
round.
so
Yes.
that
So it's
actually do the
Arpad.
right buttons.
So it's Constancia that I want to search for. Right, anyway, so I need to get up to...
Oh no, sorry, it's him, yes.
It's him.
Based on the idiot.
This one.
Arrange
No,
marriage.
arrange marriage. Right,
And it looks like he will accept.
brilliant.
That gives him a rather better chance of having heirs.
It does. I mean, he is 59, so better get to it sprightly, but we can but hope. No. Decline.
Yes.
Piss
He
off.
just recruited her to get... Right, there we are.
Right.
That's better. So now he has a right arrow on his wife, which should indicate his new...
He's got new
Wife.
improved model. The non-dead model. Ooh, right, let's go have a look at important things like how is the Eye of London coming along. So I think that means we've got... Okay, so it's not quite built yet. Can I start the next stage while I'm building something?
I don't know.
Apparently I can. Right, so I was already on the right view, you giant state. So we're upgrading keep there, and well, let's build a castle town because that gets taxes. I think so that means more cities and temples. That needs more cities and temples. But I can build a university in Fulham, so let's do that. Because I could do with some more technology spread. Right, well, let's help spend some of the loot of the last crusade. Now we have to sit here, turn up time so that we can de-threat a bit. So that I can...
I'm fairly sure those bits come below the level of the wheels, you know.
So what's the empire? Oh, I've managed to gain some learning by reading some more books. So what's my empire looking like at the moment? Aha, right, we have inherited Lotharingia. Ooh, unfortunately France is bound to be part of the defensive pact. So Lotharingia, you say?
That's not part of Lotharingia.
That's not part of Lotharingia. Right, so you don't like me very much.
The obvious thing would be to appoint an heir.
Yeah.
But your actual heir is... Oh no, they have to be... They already have to be landed, don't they? So yes, it's not so obvious.
Yes. You hate me slightly less. You actually don't hate me. Right, well... That's a possibility. Gosh, that's almost looking good.
That's because he's not inside Lotharingia.
Well, let's stay then.
I mean, that may not actually be a problem, but there's a -20 that people in Lotharingia get that he doesn't.
Yeah, well, let's make... Right, you're the new viceroy. Let's just go and check that France... That's not France, is it? No, hang on, that is France. You are part of the Defence Pact. Right, so you are my grandson. Right, well, let's see if we can get you... Do we really not have any spare grey eminences? Well, okay, I'll do it. Stop trying to join defensive pacts. I'm very peaceful, honest. I haven't just gone to war with the Holy Roman Empire and won.
I'm sure that is the action of a peaceful ruler.
Ah, yes. Right, so... Well, you can go off to... yes, well, we can go after Ulick if you like. I suspect my continental vassals don't have enough. Woohoo! Right, we built the thing on the lighthouse. Right, scared my court chaplain's pissed off with me. So I've got minor custodian, lighthouse custodian now as a minor title. I've got extra supply limit, extra garrison, extra army morale, extra prestige, extra land organisation, and +3 dynasty opinion. So,
You can't actually build anything else with it
Yet.
because it needs lots of
I think
electricity.
road tolls to get extra tax and probably watchtower network I think are big things for me to go for in the near future. Oh, let's add one holding slot to Middlesex. Right, let's build a new holding. So I've got 3 of those. Another bishopric or another city? Cities give more money.
I think so.
Yeah, let's go for another city. Well, that's also helping burn through my cash. Problem is that holding will go as well because I have like another sum.
Well, you wouldn't want to hold it anyway because it's.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I can of course give it to one of my heirs. Gosh, I am quite a prestigious ruler. I still have the best nickname. Bye bye English revolt.
Alright, yes, England and Scotland are no longer at war with one another. And therefore you're back to
Be able to use the title of Kingdom of England. Oh, my kingdom's very nearly touched there. We can sort of wave at each other across the Rhine, Elbe? Rhine probably, isn't it?
Rhine's further south, further west. That's whatever the river is that comes out through Hamburg. It will be labelled.
It is the Elbe.
Yes.
I was right with the Elbe. Oh well, I thought the Elbe came out east of everything, but apparently not. Raiders. I've got a new King of
Oh,
Brittany.
the kingdoms of Brittany and Wales have split.
Well, that's exciting. So that gets me intrigue +2. Well, I don't have that many temple vassals to worry about. And plus true intrigue can't be a bad thing.
So yes, I think now you have a new King of Wales and a new King of Brittany.
Yes, so I should probably consider checking my minor titlenessness. He appears not to have any minor titles.
Generally, once they cut their for charge, I'll do that.
Wow.
He's already got an opinion of 100, so it's not quite so critical.
It's true, but you know that will wear off eventually.
Oh yes, that's true. He's got an opinion of 100 because he just granted him the vice royalty. Yeah, horsey. Right, good lord, there are 2 Scottish revolts. King of Valencia is currently very happy with me. Gosh, he's very unhappy with me. Okay, well, there's not a lot I can do about that. Right. Okay, well, that's probably going to last out my kingdom. So let's just cheer him up with being High Almoner. Right.
Oh, do I have any prisoners that I can release? When you say that, like I have. Well, one of them I can ransom, you know. I can get 10p for him. I think that, you know, 10p for recycling your opponents is worthwhile. Right, fine. Ooh, so everyone kind of likes me at the moment, I think. So can inherit.
But your vassals are fighting
Each other.
because of those Scottish revolts which have been going on forever.
Yes. Is there anything else that we can do?
So that would mostly mean that your vassals are actually required to provide a non-zero levy.
Yeah, I think that would help a bit. Well, so that's one possibility. That does stuff that I don't need to do for centralisation. I've got viceroyalty. So feudal levies are currently normal. Max would require more legalism. -10 feudal opinion. Limited crown authority. Yeah, it's worth a thing. I think it's worth a go. So we've got some more stuff in stains. Let's go and look at it. Let's build some more barracks, right. Right of the Yorkist Revolt.
Yes, of course, most of these, it makes no difference because it's
their boss.
liege that mostly is affected by it.
That's the one. Come on, give me Westminster out. No, that's Essex. Essex, come on, give me Westminster.
Got too many people.
It's true, I have. So, what have we got? We can build a keep, which gets us more levies. I see no reason, in fact, not to get some more heavy infantry, which is kind of useful. Downside is, you know, it does make my personal levies more expensive to run. Giddy, I've got a new King of Scotland. Oh dear. Right, well, let's award you the honorary title of Swan Watcher. We need a new Spy Master. I think
Okay, there's still one Scottish revolt going on.
Oh, better off. Well, that's fine. I can just, you know, maybe give out the title, mine title again. So, start. Let's see. Let's add you as a commander. You look perfectly reasonable. Right, so who are we? What are we doing? We are still waiting for our threat to decay because everyone hates us. Counties. Sod it. No, I'm old. Let's let it go. If there's a duchy claim, then it might be worth trying to go to war to get it before I snuff it.
Assuming that the King of Hungary hasn't joined the defence pact.
Assuming that the King of Hungary has not joined the defensive pact. Let's go and check whether the King of Hungary has joined the defensive pact. Yes. Right, let's go find something else for my Chancellor to do.
Have the where the hell's the capital of Scotland gone now problem.
That's fine. I shall
There
send
it
you.
is. It's in Wessex.
Some of these people have no sense of geography. I mean, I don't have much of a sense of geography, but they're not helping at all in any trousers. Next one. Oh, excellent. Right, have we picked up any useful thingies there? Particularly. So, I can invest. I don't invest a tiny bit in trade practices. Let's squeeze a bit of stuff out because I have been pissing people off a lot lately. Well, I have a million grandsons. I don't think he's going to inherit.
Speaking of which,
Right, she's genius. Gosh, look at those stats. Let's see, can we get her a decent... No, we cannot get her a decent matrilineal marriage. Let's betroth her to him. Let's assign her a guardian. Do we have... Yeah, let's... So...
who is the grandson who's likely to inherit? So Brock is heir to the Empire of England. Is he? Yes. And
Yes.
so is that his eldest son?
Yes.
Well, fine. And of course, his education is not your business because
Indeed.
Brock is not in your court.
Built winner, anyway.
Well,
So, who's he being currently added by? How very uninspiring. And my son has no taste. Yes, so he's left-handed and shy. Oh well.
maybe you can fix this once Brock inherits.
It's
maybe.
true.
And he is a 9 as a kid. So.
It's true, and I am 60, so, you know, there is a possibility that I snuff it in the next 5 years. Or 6 years.
There's already a war going on for Scotland. Still. The King of England might want to be discouraged from factionalism, maybe.
It's true, yes. Right.
Beginning to get uninspiring.
They are beginning to get a bit uninspiring. Right, let's... Let's go down a bit and see if there's any organisers.
direct leaders, it might be alright as well.
Yeah, because I haven't got one currently. So I think I should invite him to court. So, Whiston Otterson. Right, well, let's assign you a guardian. Probably get betrothed. Okay, let's appoint you as commander.
That looks to have been built in Staines.
So let's go and look at what we can build in Staines now. So let's squeeze some more money out of it. Of the castle town. So what is my fort level? So I've got 6.5 and a 6.5. Fair enough, that's not terrible.
New King of Scotland, everyone.
Yeah.
Your Chancellor
Chancellor
got
just
to work on him the moment he arrived.
arrived and
Hello, welcome to your new kingdom. Can I help you in any way?
isn't our ruler lovely and benevolent? Look, he sent me here with this packet of stoats to nail to your cloak. Raiders City Holding Commission, Middlesex. So, City of Harrow. If I give it to like one of my 8 million children, what will that do?
I'm not sure.
So he's already heir to it, so
Right, yes, it'll split. So you may not be, it might be that you can't, but you can try.
I can go in the City of Harrow. Right, there we go.
You then become Mayor of Harrow.
Why is he not betrothed to someone?
Maybe his betrothed died.
It's possible.
You want to be a bit careful now betrothing him to anyone with a title higher than Baron. Preferably betroth him to someone unrounded, because otherwise you
Yes.
may find that Harrow inherits out of your realm.
Well, I can.
Yeah, a junior princess sounds like a good
Yeah.
target.
Right. There we go. Yeah, I'm still trying to click on Middlesex. It's still there.
So the City of Harrow is now
I will, however,
somebody else's problem, really, but you can
Give
always
him-
throw money at it to make it more useful.
give him a little start on city walls. And other like. So let's just check we are building something everywhere. So who have we got truces with? Holy Roman Empire, Karelia, and I don't like someone who's raided me. And there are 8 million defensive pacts, including the Israelite defensive pact.
But it's not a very useful
It's
defensive
not a
pact
very
because it
useful
has one
defensive
member.
pact. It's true. There's a fairly substantial Muslim defensive pact, a very substantial pagan defensive pact, and an incredibly large Christian defensive pact against me, which involves just about everybody.
Not the Holy Roman Emperor.
Not the Holy Roman
Byzantine
Emperor.
Emperor either, I'm not
It's alright, I'm just checking I can't declare war on this random guy that left this pact. Yes, I can't go to the war with the Byzantine Empire for like another several years.
You mean Holy Roman, I think.
Holy Roman, yes, that's true.
And mostly we've been trying to keep the Byzantine Emperor on our side rather than
It's true.
opposed to us, I think.
Power block opposed to our own. So let's
Yes, is the fact is there still an English independence faction then?
I'll check just as soon as I've had a look at factions, you say? Yes, it's still there. I mean, I haven't had any of the messages that you normally get for saying that you've managed to stop them doing the thing. But then I will send them off to Brittany to stop elective succession, because I don't want elective succession, because it is a giant pain and very stressful. I mean, Scottish War for Gavelkind has ended in white peace.
But apparently someone has gone to war with England.
English-Scottish de jure war over Essex, right?
Oh, right.
Whatever.
The continuing bid to try to get the border in the right place.
Yeah.
While does Scotland own half of southern England? Well, there are 2 counties in southern England.
Yes. Realistically, actually, what I want to happen in Ireland is for there to be a united Ireland. And then, you know, I can
I mean,
try taking the whole
one in
kingdom.
Ireland wants to become your.
Vass-
No, they won't,
I don't
because it's not your de jure. territory,
Yeah,
I think.
it's not my
So there
dish.
probably aren't enough of the usual factors.
Right. Okay. Good, good. So. Okay, I've got a random patch in Italy. Just because, as well as my random patch over there.
Looks like Sicily has been taken over by Croatia.
Yes. Is Croatia part of the defensive pact? I don't know. Let's try and actually. Yes. Okay, Croatia is just not that scary. I mean, I am quite terrifying. You know, I do have like 20,000 army levies. This is just how we roll. So what's happening, if I zoom out a bit? So
So India is currently spread out a lot. Let's zoom in again. See how they can get married. Let's try to
So is she your like 57th daughter?
yeah. I'm tempted to go for the younger prince of the Byzantine Empire. Oh no, let's go for the older one, he's less hopeless. Let's assign her a guardian. Oops, that's that one. Yes, so Zoe is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th daughter, and my 10th child of 11. Fortunately, that is across 2 wives, so it's not quite as bad as it looks. Right. So, Westminster, what can we build in Westminster? Fortunately, some people have come of age since I last had to appoint a commander.
What's just happened in Normandy? Neither of us just stick it off. I wonder if it's a member of the Defensive Pact against you.
That's a very interesting question. It is not a member of the Defensive Pact against
I
me.
wonder if you have any claim on it.
I do have a claim on it. I can...
Neither of them are very useful claim because the claimants are in both cases unlanded.
Unlanded. Let's just check that. Yeah, I can't grant landed title, so it's pretty pointless.
Is he? No, he's not Will.
Yeah, no.
Not the grandson who is a.
He is.
Your heir. Is he? Oh, right.
Yeah. I think. No, he's not. That's fine. Novgorod is a laugh in it. we're still trying to go and see whether we could build something nice in Staines. Which we can. Well, I'm struggling on, gamely, age 63. My personal wombat skill is still terrific because I was already fantastic and then I was a crusader and I got some nice crusader kit. Peasant revolt. Okay, let's dismiss that lot. Right. That's not what I want, that's what I want. So actually let's go for trifle over there. Boring commander with no attributes yet over there. Commander with no useful attributes over there. And now let us zoom in so we can actually get to the goddamn county. I haven't done anything so far. All I've done is released a few troops in order to suppress a revolt.
I wonder if actually those messages are people who've just inherited territory or some such. So actually what you need is to discover those messages just before they happen. Because someone has just inherited territory and not joined the defensive pact yet. But
yeah, but then you have to watch everything and then it's very noisy.
No practical way of doing this.
That's true.
I'm working lubrication into it, hence the squeaking.
It is extremely squeaky. Oh look, we won. Surrender or be destroyed.
I mean, really, you would think peasants would understand that you're an enormous empire and you can bring huge quantities of troops to bear.
It's true. I mean, currently even no vassals hate me for that.
The Duke Carman still doesn't have a son. But,
it's true. Okay, hang on. Let's.
got a wife.
He's got a wife.
Oh, he's chased.
Damn.
I don't know how you can fix that.
Well, I don't think I can.
Oh.
So, can I get to natural?
Quack.
I would hope it was soak in, but it doesn't seem to want to. Oh. Yes, David, I'm lubricating a stiff joint, only it's staying very squeaky.
Right, Essex is no longer part
Part of Scotland. Hooray. Let's go and check what our factions are doing. We'll do nothing for now because you're threatening the wrong person. Right. There is the King of Brittany. There is the King of Brittany. There is the Spy Master on a chair. She poetry, dear boy. Woohoo! I'm under 75% threatening. This doesn't mean that anyone's going to leave the defensive pact this millennium.
Scotland has got a
new rebellion again. What are they doing up there? So weasel like hints, wouldn't it?
Yes, this is not a weasel that you named, this is weasel.
A weasel that's been named because of other weasels.
The traditional Normandy name.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to need stuff. Aha!
In general,
Listen to that.
To Grandmare of Cumbria will probably be good because it's making lights more, but maybe she's too far down for it.
Listen to the squeaking. It's
Yes.
gone. On that hand.
Right.
One wrist done, David. Wrist 2 now.
Just and generally better than arbitrary.
Yes. Oh, well, he's got kind. Well, it could be worse. Don't have any claims on Corellia now. I might have some de jure ones, but I'm not sure that's particularly interesting. What's much more interesting is when I can next go up against the Holy Roman Empire. Although it is just possible. Currently I am leading in the terrifying mistakes. But I've got it for another 5 years. I'm probably not going to last 5 years. Well, if I'm lucky, there'll be a brief interregnum of
Aha! Both wrists are silent.
between when I can.
Squeaking done.
Right, there we
Squeaking
are.
one.
Let's improve my economy spread rate. Let's go and look at my technology. How are we doing? We do not understand technology. We are too thick. Oh well, let's invest a little bit in some construction. I really could do with a little bit of improvement there. Now I should wait for more useful things. Wish they'd stop having twins.
This one's not twin.
It's true. Right, don't know where you're Countess of.
It's probably a long way away.
It's probably a long way away. It'll be fine. Okay, my daughter can do it. I don't have any strong ideas about you.
Athelbound
Constantine's son.
No, son.
Constantine's son. Right, that's a lot of S's. Fine. Gives her something to do, I guess. How long before we can go on crusade? Probably another million years. 1196. Well, yeah, okay.
If you survive,
I'm not going to survive.
survives to 1196, I shall be surprised.
It's true. I'll be quite surprised too, given that I'll then be like 86 years old. I think.
Not unachievable, but
Well, I think my previous best is somewhere in the 70s. So, and that was a little bit dicey, and we did spend a lot of time trying to
built some stables.
make sure that we'd stop doing that. In Staines or Westminster? That was in Westminster. So I could build some bigger stables. Oh, let's build some castle town. Not that I really need the court size +1 on account of the fact that my court size has nothing at all to do with anything. Seven vassal kingdoms and a partridge in a pear tree. I'll try and slow down when I hit about, 5,000 and keep that in the bank for future generations to go to war. But of course, the more I can build now, The more money future generations will have too, or more stuff future generations will have. My vassals are mostly fighting with each other. Come on, go up against the Holy Roman Empire for me or
I
something.
don't think they can, practically.
Well, they don't have to go about the Empire, they just need to go up against the bits they've got de jure claims on. Honestly.
Yes,
Like
I
you,
would
Lee.
have thought that bits of your empire could take on, like, France or indeed Ireland.
Yes.
I suppose they haven't got many de jure claims on islands. So.
No. I mean, I think that is now more Ireland than I had. I had those two bits and we've extended up there. And I'm pretty sure I didn't have this bit all the time. Well, I might have taken that myself, I can't remember. I am, however, still really quite threatening.
So what is the usurpation option still boring? Oh, you've got a dangerous action.
Oh, that's exciting. Elective succession.
Well, you are working on rostering. So.
I am, and I'm also cheering up him. So... Okay. Well, no doubt his martial skill will go up a bit shortly. Yeah, there we go. Gosh, he looks a bit useless. Well, he's sorted off to Tunisia, so, you know. Oh, my son is now Otto the Affable.
Ben, can you pass the screwdriver over again, please? Thank you.
Princess Stefana the Messy.
He is quite dark-skinned for...
I think his father may be. Well, let's keep quiet about it.
Yes. I don't know where you're princess of, but it's a great place name, so we're going to marry you off to her. You're not very interesting, so I'm going to take whatever random guardian it says for you. There we go.
I wonder if it's worth trying to murder your way into getting Curl into your hands, but I'm not. But the thing won't stay in your hands. Oh,
No,
hang
not
on,
without
no.
heirs.
What would happen?
Oh, well,
Aha.
stuff has happened.
Emperor Hubert
Has snuffed it. I have
has died a
paused.
natural death at 65.
A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the heathens of one of the
In
greatest...
two of the greatest holy wars of recent history.
It's
Possibly
true.
Three. I'm not sure.
I think I only managed two, because,
Yes,
you know,
because you can
crusades
only
are
do it
about
before.
30 years apart,
Yeah.
so...
But yes, two of the greatest holy wars of
Very
recent history,
history.
both of which he was the largest contributor to.
And I ended up with 3 nails of the true cross, only some of them underwent spontaneous combustion or something. Like Emperor Brock, surrounded by enemies and rivals, we hope that Brock's rule is not struck short by means of a dagger in the back. Long live Emperor Brock,
What's the
so
difference
be
between
it.
AG12 and AG13 in batteries?
Probably the size, but I'm not sure.
As in physical size, not
Yeah.
patrioticity.
I think so. The letters usually indicate the chemistry and hence the voltage.
Because the actual official one of these things comes with a box that plays sound effects in the back. And this is a cheap knockoff version, it really shouldn't. But if you open up the back panel,
Right, so
it does have what looks like a battery
the
compartment.
major thing that has happened therefore is that Staines is no longer your castle and is now
Somebody
Otto's.
else's castle.
Or rather, is no longer the player character's castle. Obviously, it's also no longer.
Indeed. Oh my god, 8 million children need...
Well, no. Oh, you may have lost some. It may be that a bunch of people have gone with Ottawa.
Yes, so because I needed to appoint new people, so there is a ginormous defensive pact against me still.
So yes, I think those do now persist across.
Yes, but let's just check all of these people in case I can go to war against any of them. Statue. So, let's go look at my treasury. I have the German Crusader armour and the Battle Axe of the Cross. Right, yeah, that's all good. We have a weak claim on England, weak claim on Scotland, strong claim on Serdica, Rouen and Perche, two of which are in my kingdom.
So when it says that a claim will be inherited, it isn't necessarily inherited with the same status.
No.
So, because your father had strong claims on
Yes.
England and Scotland.
But I have weak claims, and I have Empire of England, Duchy of Strimon, County of Strimon, and the County of Middlesex. Well, that's fine, I can give Strimon away in an emergency. Right, let's sort out the 8 scullion children. Okay. She's suffering from a bit of nominative determinism there. Right, let's assign her a guardian. Not Princess Weasel, the slightly pathetic, but the rather good Commander of England.
So was she half sister? Your half sister?
Yes. Because don't forget, my
Yes,
father remarried.
She's by the second one.
By
Hubert's second wife. Sorry, by the sword of the Blessed Virgin's second wife.
Yes. I'm a bit short on the some of the Beckett people. Right, you're a commander, you'll do.
So he basically only has to get his final education trait.
She's a bit hopeless. Okay, so my marshal is currently idle, but that's fine. I don't think I. Well, let's just check what we've got. I don't think I can actually use up all those things. I think those will all disappear when I click on something. Jesus Christ, I've become incredibly threatening.
Possibly. No, inheriting things into the kingdom shouldn't make you terribly threatening. which
And-
surely is all that could have happened.
And yet...
Into the Empire, sorry.
Right, so that's terrifying. Let's not look at that for the time being. Let's go and look at the weak claim stakes. So, is anyone... Ooh.
The King of Hungary is temporarily
Not in the defensive pact
in the
against
defensive
me.
pact against you.
Well,
So you have a claim on
Claim
you
on-
have a claimant for the entire bloody kingdom.
and he's got an earldom. And he's landed.
Yes, he does actually have a wreath around his
Yeah.
portrait. Well, I have a pair of scissors in my pocket. Let's take those out of my pocket, put them somewhere more sensible.
Right. Where they're meant to live
Yeah.
is not in your pocket. Right. Very useful. Right, let's claim Hungary.
You've only just taken command of control of the empire and you're immediately declaring war on distant kingdoms.
Your point is? Let's go and find out where Hungary is, shall we?
On the far side of the Holy Roman Empire, mostly.
It is, isn't it? Well, there we go. That's very educational. So...
Probably switch to sub-realm view so you can see what your...
I do need to switch to sub-realm view. Well, let's raise that lot there. Stick them on a ship. And send them off to...
I'm not sure that'd be quite what you were intending.
That was not what I wanted to do. Let's glue them together.
I think you split them in half.
Stick them on a ship. And send them over to...
Is this what,
Actually,
so you managed to choose sub-realms of everything
that's
rather than
fine.
sub-realms of England, which is probably what you actually
Yeah.
wanted.
Shh.
Yes, probably that is as close as England, the Kingdom of England gets.
Yes. I did think this through, you know. Right. Let's embark you on the ship. Stop you on a ship. There. So,
Wales, and Denmark.
so Lithuania ships. Fire Lithuania ships.
Maybe you should pay for Lotharingia to get better ships. Like, hurl some money at the shipyard in that county.
It's possible. Let's dismiss that fleet there. Let's find Lithuania.
Oh right, they're already busy upgrading their ships, unfortunately. Oh, but I suppose yes, you could try adding shipyards to the. You could add a temple. Oh no, those were both
Both.
unupgradable, weren't they?
Yes.
Stop. Stop.
Take the battery out.
Wow, I hear the voice box, don't
Oh, right, yes.
Well, let's just march you next door.
So was that in Japanese or English?
I don't know, but it's very distracting.
Yes, interesting.
Probably not worth raising troops all the way over there.
It's true. Right, let's switch back to sensible realm view. Yes, they are even so along. So we raised Denmark, we raised Scotland, and what I haven't raised is my personal levies.
That might be
Well,
Japanese. Right.
Buy you on a ship.
And of course, you can also raise your.
Ship over to. I could
White
raise my
House
honor
thing,
guard,
but-
but it's not worth it.
That's only worth doing if you actually need
I can shove on a ship while I'm waiting for... Well, I'm not currently very short of gold.
Oh yes, what's your ambition?
That's a very good question. My ambition is to improve my learning.
Sounds like a good plan.
Fair, yeah, I think that's fair enough. All my other stats are magnificent, but
Well, your backstat is pretty
yeah, but... Hey look, everyone's joining the defensive pact against me.
You've arrived.
That's why I paused. Let's glue that lot together and hurl it on a boat. And then let's hurl the boat over here to march it to Hungary. One day that lot will make it to a part of the coast of Scotland. Oh look, they have arrived. Bung on ship. Hurl ship through space to here. Oh, okay, I've got an army of English people here. How exciting. Well, let's march you over there and see what happens.
You might want to give them competent commanders, or at least... Oh, they've got a they've got a commander. That's
They've got a
You
commander.
might want to give them... You haven't got any organisers still, have you?
Let's
Because an
just
organiser
check.
would be quite good for a scouting job.
It's true. So, Lightfoot, Holy Leader, Siege Leader, Flanker, Skilled Tactician, Flanker, Armchair, Inspiring Leader. Right, no,
You've
you're
got
all a
some
bit...
fairly terrible commanders there. I think it might be worth seeing if you could recruit an organiser.
Yes, you're quite right. So, right, join court. Yes. Gender. Male.
And I suspect you can type organ into the top thing and that will find them.
So, okay. So, minor titles. I have no idea what you're doing, but you are relieved. And I'm going to relieve you of commander. And I'm going to invite another organiser. No, actually, let's invite that one.
I think you have a slot in there.
Yes.
You just fired two of them.
Yes.
Confused.
I seem to have an excess of commanders.
And you have quite a lot of useless ones.
Yeah.
Is that giving you a gap? No.
No.
Are these also useless? Yay! Right. You're after the second guy down. Who's the
Yep.
organiser.
Anyway.
You can now put in charge
Of
that little army that's scouting around.
that
there.
army needs fed up to the organiser. Yes, I seem to have far more commanders than I actually
You were
could.
allowed.
Yes.
Oh, maybe the number is based on your martial skill or something, and so you had a lower martial skill than Hubert, and hence inherited more than you could actually
Possibly.
support.
I don't have anyone particularly useless now to sack, but you know, I am at war, so you know, it's possible that things will happen. It almost looks as if it could make something happen. Good, right. So my army is nipping in, my navy rather is nipping in from Minorca. Oh look, it's our old friend vassal levies are raised too long. Right, excellent. English vassal thing. Unload you lot into that county.
So there's a Hungarian army coming. So that is there.
Oh, any more of
I
those?
don't think we're going to be able to get away from it.
I don't know, but it's worth a try.
I didn't notice that sooner.
I don't know. Possibly we just weren't close enough. Right, well, let's.
Well, they'll have gone by that battle will probably be finished by the time.
Yes,
that
let's
gets there.
just.
Better to force them to run around a bit.
It's true. Ah, he has called in the Serene Doge of Pisa. Oops, that's giving me -1 war score. But they didn't squash my army, so, you know, could be worse. And now we're starting to get people turning up there. Let's, in fact, move you to that thing and then see if I can put you over that way. I'm not sure where they're fleeing to. I guess I'll find out eventually.
I think if you select them, they'll tell you.
Yeah, well.
So, yes, they're heading just outside of a couple of counties outside of Hungary.
English fleet. Other English fleet. Let's
You need to select the.
oh yeah, I need to set the
If you
troops.
select all of the. Oh well. I'm going to say if you select all of the troops, can you select all of the fleets? Can you select all the troops on all the fleets?
Brittany is having an argument with Wales.
Well,
Brilliant.
presumably, having been inherited by two people both with claims on each other's territory
Oh yeah.
or some such. So,
Good.
spread my troops out a bit in a minute. That's fine. Once I've got sorted them out, I can zoom in a bit. And I might just send my fleets home. Right, now I can glue you back together and send you back over there. Let's glue you together. Let's get you off the goddamn ship. Oh my god, astonishingly, it has actually put someone sensible in charge of the siege.
Is that all your fleets now arrived?
I think that is now all my fleets arrived, so I think I can now... Oh no, hang on, they're still unloading. I can glue those together. Got nothing there. Let's send you... Let's select you and send you off to somewhere sensible.
That landed in the sea rather than at the port.
It did, didn't it? So we've got 9,000 there. Let's find the army of 6,000. March them over there.
That's the same chance.
March them over there. And let's to sort out and now we've got this little lot. Okay.
Now you can probably safely zoom in.
I think I can now safely zoom in so I can actually see what the hell is going on in Hungary. I was about to say I don't want to march, I want to march them into that army. That's fine, they can go on a slightly longer walk. That lot I do want to glue together, and that's fine. I'm going to consider.
That worries me. That makes me think they may be about to join up with an ally.
It does slightly worry me as well.
You might want to organise a chasing them down or something.
Yes. So let's maybe switch you out for our organiser. And send you over there.
That appears to work.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Or going to be a completely disastrous battle, who knows? sending in to join the other battle?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
It'll probably not finish before they get there. I'm a little worried about how that one's going at the moment.
A little worried.
Oh dear.
Hang on. No, that'll.
You can't put Fedov in there.
Yes, because he's already in a battle.
He was getting that battle started before they could run away.
Run away, yes.
I mean, I think if this turns into 2 successive battles, you will win the second one.
It's true.
It'll just be a bit messy.
It's true.
Oh, excellent. They got there in time.
Yes, brilliant.
So the organiser managed to get you in there before they left the...
Left, and we managed to
county.
hang on in there with my other commanders just long enough to.
It wasn't a cheap battle, but
No. Doesn't have to be cheap, it just has to be successful. Right. Let's glue you lot. Glue you lot together. Change back into a sensible view.
why are they're suffering serious attrition?
So they are.
You could split them in half again.
I could.
I mean, like the holdings here are not
Not.
seriously...
I think I'm going to just wait and salt that, and that will probably solve my attrition problem.
Not the salt is available.
How are you doing? You're doing fine. You're doing fine. And now it's back to normal winter. We're now not suffering attrition problems, so we don't need to assault. Nakivrad. I create the Duchy of Moray. Or I can wait.
King of Scotland will probably do it.
I'll probably get there first. Assuming we have the same Kingdom of Scotland for 5 minutes together. I mean, you know, this is always an ambitious sort of thought. So we've got 8% in battles. Good, good, good. So we've already got over the minimum battle threshold. Oh look, King Brian has created the title. Ticking time slightly faster because sieges are still really boring. Who knew? Me. I've done this quite a lot now. So besieging Feher. Wherever that is. Don't say Hungary. So, did you go to any of Eastern Europe? Did you go to like Budapest or anywhere? When you...
I have done, not on the trip with Claire though. The furthest we got there was Prague. Because that's actually kind of between Germany and Austria.
So, I mean, because my trip to St. Petersburg was in 1990, which was while of course it was still technically communist. Very briefly, although of course it was after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Just, you know, was what, just about a year earlier? Because we were there in about August 1990, whenever the eclipse was in that part of the world. Because we were up in the eastern lakes of Finland for the eclipse. It was cloudy. Right. Let's try and talk
my relative out of being shy. I'm very persuasive. Right, so let's go and besiege somewhere else, having besieged somewhere a lot. So how are we doing there? Yeah, I'm not going to try saying that. Let's ask politely to say, please don't be sitting around being a factionalist.
Is EU3 the sort of sequel in time to this?
Yes.
Right.
Next one afterwards.
Okay.
Right, I've pissed off the King of Brittany. I wouldn't even have asked you if you hadn't been forming factions, although possibly you stopped forming factions while I was busy besieging things. La 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 la. La Ward. Well,
Hungarian army's coming back.
yeah, I wonder where it's going. It's going to Bihar. Oh, fine, I'm going to march you next door. Join you up. And then go and say hello to that army in Bihar. Right. Glue.
Stick your organiser in front, in somewhere, and then they won't be able to run away when they see you coming. And I'm not sure they can.
Right. Yes, there's some peasant revolt going on, but I'm sure that will sort itself out. I don't even know where these...
That's the place you're Earl of, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't even know where that is. Is that this bit down here?
Oh. Yes, it looks like it is.
Oh yeah. Huh. Well, that's fine. I'll just march some of this army down there. Ooh! Something happened. I've got 100% war score.
Where did you get that from?
I might have killed the king.
Okay.
Right, anyway, I'm going to enforce my demands.
Yes, I think you may have imprisoned the successfully captured
Captured the
king
king.
who was hiding in the capital.
So let's take you on a fun little trip to that, and let's dismiss that lot. Right, and I've got my organiser, so that shouldn't take too long. Zoom out a bit. Alright, so dangerous factions are you with England
So currently the King of Brittany is not actually in a
faction, which is possibly why he's slightly peeved.
As a matter of principle, reserves the right to join one.
Where the hell is the capital of England?
I don't know, it was in Bath. It was like the sensible place for the capital of England to be. If you click on him, I think you should get teleported to... try zooming in a bit. It's in Essex.
Right, okay, well, that's at least not unreasonable.
But this means that your Chancellor being in Bath is singularly unhelpful.
Well, it's the best place
So,
for him
yes.
to be at the time.
Yes, you would check the...
Let's check the revolt risk. Let's zoom out a bit. So we have a slightly troublesome bit of Dorset. And everyone else is looking extremely boring. Well, let's briefly stick my marshal in Dorset. That's vassal enemies. Oh look, I am 99% threatening. Let's sit back to a sensible view. I can't go to war yet anyway. And probably the only person I can go to war with is the Holy Roman Empire. Because they probably aren't in a defensive pact against me. On a good day.
So by any means as studly in the armour department as my father was, but nevertheless.
So he's the
Yes.
heir.
Ah, I was about to say. I was about to go and look at him.
Maybe try to arrange that we got him a
Sensible thing,
tutor.
but no.
He's a disaster. Right.
But no, he's a bit of a cocking disaster. I mean, he's like got some martial skill, and he's not completely hopeless at stewardship. But really,
Well, appoint him as a commander and stick him on the front of all the most doomed armies. Have you got any more children?
have I got any more children? Children. I've got one illegitimate son. He's 11. He's a bastard. He's an imbecile and he's temperate. No.
Right. Well, I mean, you've got daughters, and as long as all your sons are dead, they
It's
would not be a problem.
true.
Well, they would only be the usual level of problem that daughters are.
Apparent. Well, yeah. Okay. Also, he's a bastard, so that's okay.
Yes. So
And
it's
so
only the
she's actually halfway competent.
yeah. I would certainly yes. Why isn't she married?
I don't know. I'm fixing that. Right. Let's marry her to that. Random.
Well, ideally pick. I mean, I think you want to be picking someone good, preferably a genius, if you can find one.
He's 12. No.
No, you
I
want
think-
to-
I just go for a good steward. Is that really the best I can do with matrilineal marriage?
in that case, you
Okay,
don't want to go for a good student, but I think you may.
Right. I may have accidentally clicked off the thing.
That's better.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. I do want matrilineal.
yes.
Um,
You may need to resort by stewardship.
yes. He's quite old. But let's do that. Can't plot to kill him.
No, you can't deliberately plot to kill your
my
own
own
son.
children. Right.
You can, on the other hand, stick him on the front of all the most doomed armies.
Right, let's relieve him. Let's appoint.
Assuming you can, of course. Oh, yes, there he is.
There he is.
I mean, like, he's not even a completely disastrous
Yeah.
commander.
Gain prestige. I'm not exactly short of gold. So what the hell is happening over here?
They've almost reached
We
their
are
destination.
slowly plodding our way towards thingy. Yeah, well, I'm doing what I can.
That army's quite a lot bigger than it was. when
Yes,
set
it
off.
was. Oh, I think I accidentally ran into a Holy Roman Empire army at the same time. I'm not quite sure why it was there, but... Right, the revolting pedants have been dispatched. Let's zoom out a bit. So, let's go and look at the Holy Roman Empire, which is not let's just check I don't have any inconvenient peace treaties. Truce with Hungary. And there's a giant defensive pact against me. But the Holy Roman Emperor is not an offensive pact against me.
How scarier than you are at the moment.
Currently, but I've got.
But that's partly because you've just been in another war.
And he's not got that much money. I mean, I'm not going to do anything immediately, but I am going to say scope out the casus belli. So we can claim Amsterdam, but unlanded. Amsterdam, but unlanded. Iceberg, Franconia, unlanded. Stupid Prince of Lothringen. I do, of course, have Strimon as a spare county, so I can give that away in an emergency. Because I can claim Franconia, which is an entire duchy.
I think you're about to be exploded.
Yes. Oh no. I'm not about to be exploded. How nice.
Good.
Right, anyway, so what I was about to do was look up where Franconia was by clicking on it. So Franconia is there, but hang on, I want it to be on behalf of that. So Franconia is like not completely unreasonable. So I can claim Gemma, which is just a county and only one of them is already landed. Okay, everybody, I could claim another county on behalf of the Duke of Nitria. Holland, but she's not landed. Holland, but she's not landed. Nordgau, but not landed. Where is Nordgau anyway? Oh, that's not worth it. Franconia is looking much better for. So I can claim Portois, but that's not worth it. Swabia, but he's unlanded. But Swabia is an entire kingdom.
Albeit a rather odd one.
Albeit a rather odd one, but that is an entire kingdom. I can claim Duchy of Tuscany, but unlanded. Verona, ditto, and I've got a bunch of tiny de jure claims and a holding. I think.
Though one of the de jure claims is slightly interesting because it's the capital of the Holy Roman Empire.
It is, but I think if I'm going to go for anything, I go for Swabia. And I think I don't claim Swabia yet. Why? Because, you know, he's got 24,000 army. And I can hire, of course, a bunch more army. But
Yes, it may be worth having a quick glance through your vassals because you've
that's true, it's true. I should.
So the chances are we've been through about 3 kings of Scotland since we last did anything.
This is true.
I think the King of Denmark just died.
Yes. Right, so my Chancellor has snuffed it. Right, fine, let's find a better Chancellor.
You're looking for an organiser who's a Chancellor, which is not going to help.
That's true. Right, and so suddenly we actually have viable. You lack a guardian. Let's assign a guardian. You do. Point Chancellor. Go and look up the faction problem, which is you in Essex. Let's zoom in so we can actually see Essex. Right. Improve diplomatic relations in Essex. You are also in Essex, right? Okay. So, vassal fettling, you say. So, King of Denmark.
The new King of Denmark, who thus obviously does not have a title at the moment.
Right, well, let's award you the honorary title of Seneschal, which is presumably what your predecessor had. You want control of the Republic of Cumbria. Ha 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 lol, no. Nothing specific there. Nothing specific there. Nothing specific there. Oh look, the King of Hungary is astonishingly very happy with me for some reason. The King of Brittany is currently rather pissed off because
He was, for some reason, angry.
yeah, because I asked him to stop factionalising when he wasn't factionalised. Nothing specific in Valencia. Nothing. So you're on government type. That's fine. That's what we expect. Nothing specific there. You just everything. You hate me. You're also on government type. I mean, I could just put the transfer vassalage.
Yes, why is he Earl of Dunbar and not under... Is the King of Scotland desirous of the Earl of Dunbar then?
I didn't notice it. No. Okay, well, let's...
Maybe the Earl of Dunbar doesn't actually control Dunbar.
It's possible. Anyway, he quite likes me. You want the Duchy of Strimon? Ha 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 lol, no, it's mine. Right, you like me and you like me. Okay, so Mr. Bond, how are our vassal levies doing? Not great, so we need to wait for them to pick back up and then see if we can go and take Swabia.
How did Brock manage not to be... Oh no, Brock managed not to be a crusader because he was in somebody else's court.
Yes, it's very irksome. Oh, we might get another crusade before I snuff it, but we might not. What I can do is I've probably squashed revolts enough. I can get him training troops in Middlesex, which will improve my vassal levies a bit. Speaking of things like that, we can build ourselves a giant keep in there.
And
Staines is no longer mine, which is probably not helping my levies. Yes, I will probably give Strimon away at some point because, well, it's useful for, e.g., getting the Kingdom of Swabia. Let's be merciful. Let's go and have a look at who's in my dungeon.
David asked if you're really talking about Staines.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a castle there. Our brother Otto is the Baron of Staines.
Yes. There we are. I mean, could you look up, get the English place names book, Ben, and look up when Staines is first attested?
possibly.
Because I am dubious about their choosing of some of the holding names. Not so much for this time period, where at least you've got the Doomsday Book as a good guide, but for the early period in particular. Yes, what was the other player? I built the city of Harrow. Which I like it. Massive recruitment drive in Middlesex. Just what?
Doomsday Book, Staines, place at the stones, we think.
Uh-huh. Cool. Oh, something's happened to one of my commanders. Oh, look, I've got another organiser.
Harrow, we know, having 825.
Yeah, I was going to say Harrow is certainly pretty early. Right, let's try threatening the King of England not to be in a thing. This cannot possibly go wrong. Right. He said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. There seems to have been some mistake." Excellent. That going to... Let's see how the Holy Roman Emperor is doing. Okay, let's think not about going to war with the Holy Roman Empire. Let's go and see if there's anyone anywhere that's not in the defensive pact against me.
Rome who is not in a defensive pact against me.
No.
Oh, France has, well, I suppose, perhaps slightly anachronistically, a largish holding in North Africa.
That will happen eventually.
I mean, fairly small holdings in Europe.
Yes. Well, we mostly add up to most of France, just not necessarily in the right place.
Ever since Capet just left the defensive pact against you.
Did she now?
Yeah.
So she's got a
And
bit...
she's currently at war with the King of England.
She's currently at war with the King of England.
Well, make sure you don't accidentally try to claim the same thing off her as the King of England is. But
Anjou.
he's trying to claim Anjou, right?
Right. Let's see what claims
Well,
we
we've certainly
have.
got some, so yes, you have claim. You can
Anjou.
technically claim on Anjou, but that would be silly.
I can claim Clermont, Cordova, which is at least a duchy, and he's already landed. But
No
what do you mean there are no claims to the King of France? Kingdom of France.
She's
Oh,
probably had them all murdered.
it's true. Well, that's worth it.
Going, maybe I can just manage to take the kingdom by other means.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't even have a claim on the kingdom as such.
No, I mean they won't. There are, well, you know, there are no claimants.
Yes. So I think what I can go after then is
So what does the Duchy of Cordova get you?
well, let's pretend we're going to war.
Oh, it's that. It's a lump in the middle of Spain, which would add on to your
To your existing bit.
Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't dismissed that fleet.
Whoops.
So that's probably why all your vassals hate you.
It's probably why all my vassals hate me. Right, well. So, do I declare war for the county of Cordova?
I would say so, given this brief period when you're
She's not in the defensive
not in the
pact.
when she's not in the defensive pact.
Yes. Right, and not claim
And
Anjou.
is currently at war with England.
Yes. Right, Cordova. Right. Brilliant. let's turn down time a bit. Let's.
Her troops are probably now mostly stuck up in the north.
No, of course, I have so few there. Right. So. You are. Brittany. Right, well. Stick it in my ship. 70 over there. It's not a lot of troops actually from England.
Well, you have been pissing off all your vassals that by accident.
It's kind of true.
And also the King of England doesn't much like you. You did just threaten him to get him to stop
It's true.
being a faction against you.
I should possibly.
Kind of reason, that's part of the Kingdom of Scotland.
Yes. Let's get you together somewhere in Lithuania. They're a bit small to take on there. Fine, we'll divide you and split you in half. Embark army. Shuttle you over there. Oh, of course I've got Hungary, haven't I?
Yes.
Ooh, King of Hungary not currently pissed off with me.
Don't know. You just got him a kingdom.
It's true. What I think I will do though is honour guard. English fleet arriving to Alexandria. English fleet bug off back to Middlesex. Let's at least wander over there and see what's going on. Right, I need to disappoint my wife. Slightly. Right, back to Middlesex. Do that all together.
You run across Channel Ferry Zone.
Yep.
So the Kingdom of England is currently besieging lumps of France. France has accumulated an army of almost
9,000.
10,000.
Yes.
which is just put on a ship.
Which is slightly worrying me, because it's probably going to go to England. That's fine, I will just repurpose one of my fleets and send it back. Right, so you're a bit small.
Also a French fleet there.
Yes. Let's send you back over here. I will, under the circumstances, still embark you on a ship and send you over here, on the grounds that at least then everyone is in roughly the right place. Unpause, because otherwise you can't actually get anywhere. Oh look, our holding in Essex is under siege.
Ah. That's interesting because of course that's both yours and the King of England's.
Yes.
No, definitely don't.
No.
Out there in front of the murderers.
Yep. Actually, speaking of which, right, that goes Baywatch winner. So what have we got there?
You just know that what's going to happen is he'll gradually turn into a good commander.
Yeah.
But that's not too bad.
Well, it means that he then has some redeeming features, even if we don't quite know what they are yet. Glue. So that is slightly small an army to take to England, unless we can see the English heading that way. So you lot glue, send to wherever. You, I might as well disband, because I don't need that many ships for you. Oh yes, but of course, eventually this lot will turn up here. Let's disband you lot, you're too small to be useful. And then I can glue that lot
Is it
together.
worth your 8,000 army nipping into France and besieging something later on?
I think it is. So what are we failing to besiege over here? Tarazona, fair enough. Well, I've got a big army coming that way, it'll be fine. I mean, if all goes well, then we both win our war, and, you know, glorious success, etc. And then we both get a couple of duchies. So what are we besieging there? 5-point fort. Don't think it's worth trying to besiege it. Glue. Can't assault that fort, we just have to sit there and wait. Okay, why have we got -4 war score? Oh, we lost Colchester. Fine. Well, we'll go and fix that in a bit. Probably land in Norfolk, I think, and then walk down. Come on, you can get back into supply soon. Sometime this millennium. Probably.
Probably marching across the middle of the
German planes. Yes.
You probably don't need that fleet of 30 gallons that just arrived.
I do, because that lot together will total more than 10,000.
how? Well, I would check at least where Battle Reader is in your potential line of succession. Now, here's the second daughter, so she probably won't, but she might inherit something. If Bethelina or die,
If
because she'll be the second in line, and
decline.
I would be inclined to say you want to get her a matrilineal marriage to be
Safe. Yes.
I mean, because it would be unfortunate if she became the heir to anything and wasn't a de Normandy.
Yes.
I mean, she probably won't be the dynastic heir.
No.
Ooh.
Because again,
Yes, that would tend to cause inheritance outwards because she's unless she turned out to be the dynastic heir, which would be rather nice.
it's true. But
So, like, if she ended up with her children being heirs to a kingdom and being dynastic heir, and of course was
glue that fleet to zoom out. Let's try and be diligent. Right, that's better. They're right there. Let's break off that siege and go and deal with my unticking war score.
those numbers in England are now looking a bit worrying.
Those numbers in England are looking slightly worrying, but they're spread out, and I can of course always hire some mercenaries. Let's get you together, glue you together, and then bung you on a ship.
In particular, they will probably unspread quite soon.
Yes. Well, I'm working on it. Right, so they're now locked there. Let's maybe do a little light hiring of an army. I don't need a big army.
So I think the only tricky thing is that they'll probably turn up south of the river
Yes.
and unhappy. So you'll probably want to get them away first. You don't need very many.
That will do. Right, so you... Do I have a spell organizer? I just have the one organizer.
C2 on pause, otherwise things don't happen. I might eventually win a siege. No. Let's glue together. Ooh, we've now got positive war score. Brilliant. Glue you lot together. Right, that's a sensible arrangement. And then we want.
If you're actually, are you actually moving into Middlesex? Because that 1412 doesn't seem obviously sensible.
What?
The commanders.
Well, Bjorkwin we want to kill.
True.
Granau is my organiser.
But you don't need to get in fast, I don't think, because they've not got anywhere to go. I
Okay.
think you can chase them into Kent.
Stick him in there. So we want to come in via Bedford, don't we? Yes, because otherwise we end up with the stupid river crossing issue. That's quick. Right, we're proceeding Alhorn. Right, so we have arrived there. Let's look at Essex. Right, swear to God there is a county under there.
Better Twinning is doing rather embarrassingly well there.
Yeah, well. I mean, if not, if the worst comes to the worst, we do make him into a halfway decent commander. You know, that's not terrible, right?
And now I think you can march to Essex.
Well, I can probably dismiss the mercenaries.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Well, let's... I mean, I've got a lot of money at the moment. Let's maybe try and get some territory back. The siege of Alarcon is going great. Sod it, I've got mercenaries.
Also, there's no one left.
Also, as you say, there's no one left. Let's check there is someone left in the south to besiege. Right, well that's got me a stunning amount of war score. Let's do that. Let's dismiss the mercenaries, they are expensive. Although, to be fair, they are less expensive now than they were. And then let's just nip straight across the channel, see if we can besiege somewhere in France. And then, you know, when they come back and try and besiege Middlesex again, then
You can go to your own territory there, yes.
Yeah.
Convenient.
And I guess we get to do that all over again. Let's zoom in so we can actually see anywhere in France. Well, let's go to Vexin, which technically we have a claim over. Well, someone somewhere has a claim over. I suspect this is doing nothing for my threat. Currently it's decaying, of course, because there's a... It's only slightly terrifying. Well, we might besiege La Roda shortly. 100% more score, brilliant. Release the peace altar. Cordra is mine. Well, my vassals. Oh, of course, yes. Right, let's,
Other English army.
yes, not mine. Let's disband these fleets. And as soon as they get back into friendly territory, dismiss them. Right, let's check. We have dismissed everybody. And I think it's probably time to save and stop for the night. Secure in the knowledge that everyone is going to really, really hate me. 100% threat. Well, it's probably time for me to convert to doing good works in my kingdom again for a bit until people think that I'm less threatening. Oh well. I shall stop, save and quit. It's time to go. Good night, stream.
Good night, stream. Don't stream. Bleep.